Hi everyone. I promised you a video, so I'm making my first video in a long time. So this is just me, barefaced, except I did put some lipstick on. Okay, so anyway, I have some big news and I wanted to share it with you first. Let me preface it by telling the story that goes ahead of it. So I don't really believe in magic, but I do believe in the power of attention and intention, not necessarily the power of attraction or the law of attraction, but people call it that, but I think it's more of an intention thing. Anyway, this was so weird when I realized what happened that I had to share it with you. So in my publishing journey, I make goals, and I also keep a journal. I've done this for a long time. In the past few years, for my journal covers, I make a collage. And on the collage, I like to put things that are kind of like inspiring. It's like a mood board, just different things I've cut out of magazines, images I like, sometimes related to goals. And last year, the first entry was February 12th. And I made this cover on February 12th. And you've probably seen this, but I want you to take a look at this part right here. It's probably backwards, but it actually says small press. And down here it says breaking in. Okay? And then, pictures of books and a book on a chair and things like that. So last year, my book Disguised, the mystery story, it was still up on Wattpad, and it was up until April or June, somewhere along there, I can't even remember. So back in February, when my book was still up on Wattpad, I made this book cover. And I had been thinking about, well, other than Wattpad, what will be my next step? And I was thinking about, what do I really want? And I know people like to say that they're interested in, multi-book contracts with the big four publishers. Now, I'm not saying I would have said no to that if it had somehow fallen in my lap. But when I really started thinking about what I wanted, I decided that what I really wanted, if I had my choice, was to be published by a small press. I didn't want to pursue the other. I really wanted to find a small press where I could have a community of the other writers, where I could actually talk to the person who owns the press. Just kind of a really good fit for the kind of book I wanted to write and the kind of readership that I was looking for. I wouldn't say no to fame and fortune, but I think I'm more interested in having that community and being part of something I believe in, and I really wanted to find the right small press. So I put that on my journal cover, but I never really did anything about it because Disguised was on Wattpad, and I had other books up on Wattpad, and that was fine for me, and I was doing other things, and it was all good. But then it got to, and I kind of, not that I forgot, because every time I opened up my journal, I saw a small press, and my eyes always went there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of one of my goals. In the meantime, I heard about this press called Encircle Publications. A friend of mine, Kevin St. Jar, he's a writer friend, published several of his books through them. I really like Kevin's writing, really do. He wrote a book called Aliens, Drywall, and a Motorcycle that is on my little favorite section of my desk. And not only that, I liked the other books that Encircle was publishing. I liked the people. I kind of interacted with them through Kevin, or was introduced to them through Kevin's Facebook. So I'd go and check them out. They looked like interesting and nice people. So I followed them. Really liked them. So last summer when Disguised, I decided to take my books off, my full-length books off Wattpad. I decided it was time to move on from there, try to pursue print publication, not just online sharing. And then I kind of just hesitated. I didn't really do anything. I wasn't really sure. And then, for some reason, like a month or two ago, I thought, you know, maybe I'll send Disguised to Encircle. Just see what happens. If they don't want it, then I think I'm interested in other things. If they say no, I will put that book to bed, so to speak. It'll just be there in my past. And I'll move on to other things. And I was already working on a new project idea anyway. So I sent off my manuscript to Encircle. And I'll lie, I'd be lying if I said it didn't matter to me if they said yes or no, because it definitely would have. But I tried to steel myself for rejection. I mean, that's what you do when you're a writer. You steel yourself for rejection. Just wasn't sure anymore if the book was good enough. I just didn't know. And then a month or so later, I opened up my email and I got an email from the editor, the publisher, saying they loved the book and they wanted to publish it. I mean, I was shocked that it was a yes. So then I went to my journal to write about it, and I realized I was on the very last page of my journal. So from inception, very first day of journal when I wrote Small Press, to the very last page, I accomplished that goal. I didn't plan that. That was so weird, but I'm so excited. Now, as far as news goes, I've signed the contract. I don't yet have a production schedule, so I don't know when it's coming out. And the book is gonna have a different name, so we're still working on that. But I wanted you guys to be the first to know, my loyal fans, my subscribers to my newsletter. And then I'll put this video out for everybody to see. So if you're not a subscriber yet to the newsletter, I encourage you to go onto my website, www.shelleyburbank.com. That's Shelley with an E. And on the first home page, you scroll down to the bottom, all you have to do is put in your email. And I send out a newsletter at most once a month, unless there's just like a special announcement or something. I mean, I sent out a Valentine's card with a link to a story. But other than that, it's once a month if I get to it, mostly once a month. Anyway, I'm trying to build up my email list, for obvious reasons. I'd really love that if you wanted to do that, but stay tuned. Thanks for everything. Thanks for your support. Bye.